Let's get ready to podcast. Am I right? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Beyond the BS podcast, episode 6. I'm excited to be here. Hope you guys are excited to be here. And, I'm ready to just get into the episode. I'm ready to tell you guys some stories. So, first off, it is a few days before Thanksgiving. I am about to head home literally as soon as I get done recording this episode. So as soon as I get done, wow, my mouth just like disconnected with my brain there, and it was just, I don't even know. But as soon as I get done with this, I'm gonna be hopping in my truck and getting out of here. Which also, I'm not even packed yet. I'm not, which is not good. But yeah, so recording this and then heading home for the holiday that we all know and love or hate, either way. We're going. And like we said last episode, we have just beaten, battered, destroyed Thanksgiving on this podcast. But we do appreciate the break. We do appreciate the time with family, friends, and good food. So in that aspect, we are going to appreciate Thanksgiving. But yeah, and I already know when I do get home, because I've already had everybody calling me. They're already calling me. They're saying, "Where you at? Why haven't you left yet? How have you not recorded your episode yet?" Okay? And first off, this takes a while to get set up and get going, okay? So I woke up this morning, I made my breakfast, I ate it, I watched a little TV with it, wake myself up, get ready to go. As soon as I'm done with that, I start doing podcast stuff. The only other thing I've done today is shave and do my laundry. That's it. That's it. Okay, so other than that, it's been podcast. Okay, so I'm sorry that it's not up to your guys' schedule. Okay, but really, don't care. Okay, because I know as well when I get home. Oh, little Bella, my sister, and probably everybody else, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, when are you gonna bring me on for an episode?" What? I'm sorry? I'm sorry? Weren't you just questioning why I wasn't home? Because I was filming an episode? Okay, that's what I thought, okay? And like everybody already knows, if you've seen the previous episodes, my family will be coming on for a family episode over Christmas break. And that's going to be a fabulous episode. So I am going to be bringing them all on. I was considering doing a sibling episode while I was home for Thanksgiving, but I don't know if I'm going to load all my stuff, all my podcast stuff, and bring it all to the house with me, because that's a lot more stuff I'm going to have to load. And maybe I will. Maybe when I get off this episode, you know what? I'll be like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's crush it. And let's get this puppy going. I don't know, though, because I'm already recording this episode a week early for Thanksgiving break because, I'm going to be leaving. I got things to do. I got, family time. So, recording this episode a week early. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe next one will be a sibling episode. I don't know. But, like I said last episode, more guests are coming. This, over Thanksgiving break, my entire time is going to be devoted to, obviously, family time. Having a good time, But also, podcast-wise, going to be completely devoted to contacting people, setting times up, getting episodes ready, getting guests ready for episodes, and just as soon as I get back from Thanksgiving break, it's going to be boom, boom, bam, bing, bong, okay? That's what it's going to be. So we're going to have some good guests coming, I think. I've had, people want to come on, so I just got to get it set up. And yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. After Thanksgiving break, I think it's going to be just an absolute blast with the podcast. And then obviously going to Christmas break with the family episode and everything, it's going to be wild. Also, I just want to say big shout out to a few people that have messaged me on Instagram and stuff, just saying how much they love the podcast and they just, love what I'm doing, being myself, and just kind of inspiring other people to be themselves and not really care, about social status or what people are going to say about you. So shout out to you guys. I don't have your stuff. I would actually shout you out in here, but I don't have your stuff down on my notes. My bad. So we'll do that, next episode maybe. And maybe we'll bring some of you guys that have messaged me on here for an episode, which would be interesting. We've talked about it. I've been in talks with people, so we'll see. We will see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a good time. But yeah, so for the actual episode today, you know, I've got a handful of stories. I've got a sort of current event on here. And, just a few things going on in my life. Things going on, okay? So first, you know what? I was going to start with something else, but you know what? Let's just jump straight into this, okay? Because I'm just feeling it for some reason. So a few episodes ago, we talked a little bit about this, but we're going to hit a different aspect of this time. So Elon Musk gets Twitter. Everybody already knows that, okay? Everybody's already got that down. And, it's been a mixed reactions. And like I said last time, I don't really care how you feel about it. I don't. I'm going to be honest. I don't care. I'm not here to pick and choose sides. So, don't care. So it's been mixed reactions of people, how they feel about Elon taking Twitter over and everything. And we talked about Vine coming back, which I don't know, I think that's still happening. I think that's great. I think that's amazing. I already talked about that. So what we're going to hit today, though, is the checkmark, the blue checkmark, because it's been getting a little spicy on the internet with people, okay? So the blue checkmark, man, it's symbol. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's I don't know. I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's a prize, it symbolizes not only that you are you, but that you're important. You're important, That's what it symbolizes. But Elon, he said, no. You know what? This is what we're going to do. I believe he priced it at $8.99 is what I believe it was. And he said, you know what? Blue check mark? You pay for it now. You pay for it, okay? We're done. We're done with just, you've got 30 million followers? You get a check mark. You get a check mark. Okay. You're important? You get a check mark. No. Okay? It doesn't matter who you are. You want that check mark, huh? $8.99! $8.99 right now. Okay? Now, is it a money move? Sure. Sure it is. Sure it is, okay? Just like everything else in the world. But also how I see it is, it's kind of a play for, just taking down the walls of, social stature. I don't know. This, it's just kind of something that whirls around in my brain because sure, you've had the problems with it already where it's like, okay, we had somebody pretend to be LeBron James, and they said he was leaving the Lakers and going somewhere else. We had that problem. We've had people pretend to be brands, and they say a bunch of crazy crap, and it's just like a pit of fire releases. But, there's the other side of things, okay? Sure, you've got people pretending to be other things, which, sure, maybe we should figure that out. Maybe we should fix it. I don't know. But on the other side of things, like I said, we're kind of taking down the walls of social stature here, okay? And it's kind of like, you've got one follower, you've got 100 million followers, but both of you can have a check mark. It's just, are you willing to pay for it? See, now I like that actually. I kind of like that aspect because it kind of throws a little bit of flair in there, a little bit of, hey, what's going on, which I know, a lot of people have been kind of mad. They've been kind of mad about it, which I will say most have been celebrities or millionaires and stuff like that, which, okay, let's get real. Let's get real, okay? You guys are just mad that it's not the check mark isn't worth anything anymore. It's worth $8.99 if you want it, but it's not you're this important, so you get a check mark. I don't know. I'm sure, there'll be some different sides in this conversation, as there already are. But I like it, personally. Because now, if you see somebody with a check mark, okay, one thing I will say is sure, you need a brands to have check marks to verify that they're themselves. Sure, whatever, fine. Let's do that to make sure we know what's going on. Fine. But if you're a celebrity, you now have to pay $8.99 for the check mark. Okay, so now everybody knows if you have that check mark, you've paid for it. Okay, so first off, it just kind of says you you value that check mark so much that you're willing to pay for it, which is it's fun. It brings a little chaos into the whole situation, and I just love it. Okay, because like I said, oh, so you're willing to pay for that now. So you're willing to pay for that. And really, it's just an ego boost. That's all the check mark is. You're paying for an ego boost now, okay? I'm sorry if I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings here, but it's the truth. You're paying for an ego boost. That's all it is, okay? Like, look at the rest of us here. Living life, we don't have check marks. We don't need check marks. Because we're doing just fine, okay? But then you'll have celebrities that are like, are you kidding me? I have to pay for my check mark now? Yeah, you do. You do. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Huh? You going to be like the rest of us and just not have one? Or are you going to spend the money? Huh? All the cards are on your table now. Ball's in your court. What are you going to do? I don't know. I find it pretty interesting, and I kind of like the move. I kind of like it, even though there's a lot of chaos with, people pretending to be other things, meme pages, stuff like that, and just chaos all around, really. But I kind of like it. I do. And there is the other side, where there's going to be people that don't really need check marks, but they'll buy it because they feel like it makes them important. Let me tell you right now, people, you don't need the check mark. Please. If you are somebody that doesn't need it, you're not a brand or something like that, why are you paying for it? You don't need it. You don't need it, okay? And there's going to be the few people that's like the the second, third string quarterback for high school somewhere or something. And he's like, yeah, babe, I just I just got my check mark today. She's like, doesn't that cost now? Doesn't that cost like $8.99? He's like, no, I mean, it kind of does, but it's like they only offer it to the higher ups, They only offer it to the people that really matter. Well, I think I have that too, actually. Sorry, Brad, I think I have the option to buy that too. No, you don't, okay? They only offer it to people that are important, and you're not. Don't make me come over there, okay? Don't make me come over there, Stuart. Gosh! And you just know there's going to be people like that. But there's just more chaos in the mix. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at on that. I just found it pretty interesting because, like I've said multiple times now, it just throws chaos into the whole deal and kind of takes down the walls of the social stature with everything. And I like it. I like it. It's fun. It's interesting. Will I be paying for a check mark? No. Because I don't want to pay for anything that I don't need. Am I right? Am I right? Do I need to pay $8.99 to have a blue check mark on Twitter that I go on to every other month? Probably not. Probably not. That's just me, though. That's just me. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to start the episode off with. I kind of just felt like flowing into that, I thought it was a nice, juicy start. And, just let me know how you guys feel about that. Let me know. Leave a comment or something. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about it. And yeah, I got a few other things in here which don't really relate to that. So it's kind of just going to be jumping around again. But, that's kind of just how it is. That's kind of just how it is. And if you don't like it, you can get over it. That's kind of how I feel. I don't know. What do we got? What do we want to go into, huh? You know what? We'll stick with social media for a second. We'll stick with social media. So, going off of Twitter, though, we're going to go to TikTok. Because there's a little trend that's going around. There's a little trend going around where there's like a song playing, and you have, so it's confusing. This is going to be hard to explain, but I'm going to do my best. And if you're watching on YouTube, you know what? Let's just try and demonstrate this, okay? So I don't know what the camera angle is going to get here, but so imagine this. So okay, this cord's not long enough. Here we go. Okay, so you're standing against a wall or something, right? and your friend is holding your leg. So you're facing the wall, your friend's facing you, and they're holding one of your legs up, and you're supposed to like jump around 360 through your legs and land back on your feet. Now, I'm not going to try it here on the episode. One, because I don't have anybody else with me, and two, because I don't have the space and would probably just break everything right here. So we're not going to try that, but there was a little demonstration kind of to show you guys what it was if you didn't get it, if my description wasn't good enough. But I'm sure you guys have seen it. And what really I've seen is people are not doing it correctly and they're getting injured. So I saw one girl that's doing it with her friend, and whew, it was bad. Okay? So she's doing it with her friend, and they first off, I'm trying to think of how it like actually works. Like how, okay, so you're against the wall, you jump through, and you're supposed to like I don't even know if she was doing it right. I don't know. You're supposed to twist around like that, right? But what her friend had done was held onto her foot a little too tightly, okay? Because it's supposed to just like flow. It's supposed to be like a jump through, and you kind of just like you're holding their foot, but it's kind of like got to rotate in your hand, I guess. I don't know. But her friend held it a little too tightly, and her leg snapped. Her leg snapped, okay? If you guys are what... I don't have any socks on, so we're just going to show the dogs here on the episode, maybe. I probably already did in the last clip. But if you guys can, like, imagine... I don't even know what you can see on the camera. But if you guys can, like, imagine... Kneecap down, twisted around, like 180, calf is facing me. That's how her leg was. It was disgusting. But that's the trend that's going around. And I've seen a lot of people make the same mistake, okay? So I just have one question for everybody out there. Why do we do these trends? Why? Like, why do we keep them going? I don't know. Like, there was some trend that was like, I don't remember what it was. I'm sure you guys know what it was. It was like the break into the car trend, like with some certain car. You break into it and try to steal somebody's car. What are these trends? What kind of world are we living in? Am I right? I mean, my gosh. I don't know. But I saw that video and just saw this chick just snap her leg in half, and her bio was just like, yup, ACL torn and 3 other muscles with it. Been in the hospital for 3 days, but just like 5 months of recovery and we'll be back. What? What? You've got to be out of your mind. Oh my gosh. I mean, I had multiple injuries the last like year through football and stuff. It is not fun. Okay? Trust me. It's not fun. So I really don't know. I don't know. It was terrible. Seeing that video was awful. It was disgusting. So I kind of just want to throw that in there because I don't know. I do not know. But, yeah. Those were a few little social media points I wanted to hit. I don't know. We got a few things to jump into here. We'll talk about... And we're going to see if my notes are going to stretch today, okay? Because, like I said, I have to leave for Thanksgiving break, or to go back home for Thanksgiving, as soon as I'm done with this episode. And before this episode, the last few days, I've worked the last 2 days in a row, from 11 to 8 pretty much. And then I come home, I'm dead tired, I pretty much just like watch TV, eat some chicken nuggets, and go to sleep. And that's pretty much my life. I may try and stay up, do some editing and stuff, but I've been pretty tired the last few days. I have. So, this entire episode you're watching right now was completely constructed in the last few hours while I've been awake. So you know what? I feel like we're absolutely just smashing it due to that. Or, when you think about it like that, we're just absolutely crushing it. Something else we'll jump into here since I just talked about work. That was a good little transition, huh? I'll tell you guys a few stories, or a couple stories that just happened over these last couple days of work. So, first one. Which one do I want to do first? One of them's a little better than the other. So, you know what? We'll do the worst one first. You guys can wait for the good one, okay? So first, as some of you know, if you watched like the first couple episodes or whatever, I think I talked about it. I work in a movie theater, okay, and you see a lot of crazy stuff in a movie theater, a lot of weird people that come through, and just a lot of weird things that happen. But we had some. Oh gosh, I was trying to think of this guy before this episode, and I couldn't think of who he is, but I can think of the video kind of. Okay, so he's like bulky dude. He's making a video. He's like filming like a video or something, and some dude's walking on the sidewalk, flips him off, and he's like, "Excuse me, come back here, come back here. You think you're gonna do that to me?" I don't know if you guys know who that is. I hope you do, because that is exactly who popped into my mind when this gentleman walked into the theater, okay? He walks in, looks exactly like the dude. Like, build, everything, just perfect, okay? So he walks in, and what I wasn't expecting was his personality to be exactly the same. Comes in, comes to the front, he wants popcorn. First problem on the table, because our popcorn machine broke. So we haven't had popcorn. So movie theater with no popcorn equals people no likey, okay? It's a little bit of a problem, but we've just been working through it. So, hello? There we go. Okay, so he wanted popcorn, and we have to say, "Oh, I'm really sorry, sir. We don't have any popcorn right now. Our popcorn's broken, or our popcorn machine is broken. We really apologize about that. We do have our gourmet popcorn, though, which is going to be cheddar and caramel, if you would be interested in that." Now, my man's interested in some cheddar popcorn, okay? So, we fill up his thing, and we give him the cheddar popcorn, and he goes to his movie. We're like, okay, no problem, everything's fine. We could tell, when he's ordering his stuff, he's kind of revved up. Like, he's kind of high energy, kind of like one of those people that's like on the edge, like, okay, they could snap, and this could turn into a bad situation, and they could just like start yelling at us about random crap, or they could just be fine. So he gets his stuff, goes to the movie, we're like, okay, we're clear? I think we're good. We were wrong, because about 20 minutes later, my man comes hopping out of the theater, okay? And he says, Hey, excuse me, have you guys tried this popcorn? We're like, I think we've all tried a couple pieces of it, yeah? He's like, well, it tastes weird, man. It tastes weird, okay? And I'm like, okay, what would you like us to do about that? My man just starts going on like some big rant about how he wants to know like where the popcorn comes from, how the delivery process is, how it's packaged, what chemicals are put into it, I'm like, brother, I don't know, my man. I couldn't tell you, okay? I just take it from the back and put it in this thing for you here. That's what I do, okay? I have no idea how anything else goes. I don't know. So he just kept saying, like, look, this tastes weird, okay? It tastes weird, and I don't want it. Like, you guys should try it. You guys should try it right now. I'm like, okay. I don't know if I want to try it, but I don't know. Like, what do you want us to do? And he's like, okay, you know what? Just give me a new cup of the caramel. Just give me the caramel, okay? No. Luckily, one of our managers was down there, because we're not supposed to do that. And we were all kind of like looking around, like, oh my gosh, this guy is going a little crazy. He's going a little crazy. Luckily, our manager was standing behind him. So we all just look at her when he says that. She gives us the head nod. So we can give him another thing of popcorn, and none of us are going to get fired or anything, okay? So we give him that, and he's on his way. And we give him the thing of popcorn, of caramel popcorn. He turns around, takes one bite, and he goes, much better! Much better! Wow! Okay! That's wonderful. Luckily, he never came back out. I guess he enjoyed the rest of his movie, and that was it. So that was a, very interesting occurrence, very wild. And that was just part of that shift. The other part, which is this other story we'll jump into. Okay, so, as I'm sure everybody knows, you go to the movie theater, everybody tries to sneak their candy, snacks, whatever. Everybody tries to sneak stuff in, okay? And everybody, I don't think what people understand is a lot of the time, like, we are focused on, like, getting your tickets, getting your popcorn, doing all that stuff. That doesn't even cross our mind, Like, it doesn't even cross our mind that your pockets could be filled to the brim, and you're like traveling with like 120 pound pack in your pockets going into the theater. Okay, like that doesn't even cross our mind. What really, I what really we're just focusing on the what we're supposed to do. So I know a lot of people when they're coming into the theater, they're like, "Oh my gosh, okay, Temmie, shove these down your pants right now. Fill your pockets, okay? You're gonna learn young. This is how it's gonna happen. Susie, you do the same, okay? You got a little purse, perfect. Princess purse, yes. Fill it with candy, soda, everything, okay? Now, here's what we're gonna do. Mommy's gonna go up and talk to him, and you guys are gonna keep your mouth shut while I do this, and not say anything, okay? And it's gonna be fine." You don't need to be that crazy, first off. Because, like I said, it's not really even there. Like, we're not even really focusing on that, okay? Now, what happened was a family came in. It's like mom, dad, and like 3 kids, okay? And as they're walking up, so our whole like wall is like a big window, like the entryway, so we can see like the parking lot and everything. So as they're walking up, we see. Now, this blew my mind at least, because I was kind of like, there's just no way. Like, there's no way. Like, people will try, Like you see the stories, you heard the stories. Like, your friends have probably done it. You've probably done it. You try and sneak some crazy stuff into the theater, okay? But this is a family that we see them walking up with their own popcorn buckets filled. Like, each kid has their own big popcorn bucket already filled, okay? Then they have candy, ices already filled, like, everything already ready to go. And we're just like, everybody's seeing this, right? Like, what are we gonna do? Our manager's down there again, so we're like, are we okay with this? Or what? What are we doing? What are we doing before they come in here? Are we okay? I don't know. So everybody's got to like, what's going on? Family comes in. They come in through the far door, farthest from the little front desk, like check-in place to get all your stuff, right? They walk in, hands filled with stuff, like I said. They don't make eye contact. Nobody except for the dad. He turns, makes eye contact. He just says, "Hello." Turns back, and everybody just keeps walking. First off, they don't have their tickets, so I don't know how they're finding their theater. Second off, like I said, hands, not even just like candy and like trying to sneak like little things in. Like I said, full buckets of popcorn, cups filled with ices and stuff. You got candy, you got everything. I'm like, okay. It just, I don't know. And they just went in. I, again, don't even know how they found their theater or how they found their movie. But it was interesting. I mean, you gotta have a lot of balls to pull something like that off, okay? To just walk in with all those items and be like, "Yeah, how you guys doing? Don't care." Like, you gotta be a little crazy to pull off something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's not like any of us really like jumped to the counter and we're like, "Hey! Hey! Get back here! We're taking all your stuff. You're not going in there." No. Like, nobody's really gonna be doing that, But it was just kind of, like, if you're, just imagine me and my coworkers were sitting behind the desk waiting for guests to come in, and you just see a family just loaded up with snacks and everything just coming through. It is kind of wild. I don't know. I mean, it was kind of crazy in the moment. Hopefully, you guys kind of got the picture there. Hopefully, that was kind of a good story, because I thought it was, both those things were just, typical shift at the theater, But, yeah. Dang, I had talked about more stuff than I thought. I've just been amped up. I've just been going. So we'll see. I still have one more thing to talk about, so I'm not totally out of notes yet. But I don't know. I don't know. Should we take our break right now to check if the time's going? Gosh, I don't think we've been going that long. Well, maybe we have. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. You know what? Yeah, I'll just take the break right now. Little intermission here as we do every episode. It's a quick break right here. Be back in a second. Okay, we're back in action. We're back, and yeah, we're ready to go. Okay, so like I said, I have one other thing on my notes, which is not going to carry us the rest of the way, so we're just gonna, I'm like looking around my room. What do I got? What do I got to talk about? What do I got, huh? Anything that's gonna just spark something in my brain? I don't know. We'll just go with this other thing we have. So, I live in Colorado, okay? I live in Colorado, so during the wintertime, we get quite a bit of snow. And where I'm at, we just got our first snowfall over the last few days. And we got quite a bit. It was a pretty decent snowfall. And what kind of happens in Colorado is the roads don't get cleaned totally great. Like, you know, neighborhoods and stuff don't even get touched. Like, our neighborhood did not get touched. I think it is still packed with snow out there. Like, neighborhoods don't get touched. But I saw a TikTok of this dude. This is why I want to talk about this, because I saw a TikTok of this dude. Made a TikTok, and it's him like flying down the freeway, but there's so much snow and stuff you can't even see the lanes. And he's like, "Hey, I'm about to play my favorite game in Colorado. It's called Am I Am I?" Oh my gosh, I just blew that. It's called Am I in a Lane? Okay, and I think if you're from Colorado, we've all played this game once or twice in our lives, okay? Because I know I definitely have. I just played it the other day. So, it's really most roads you're on. You can't really tell if you're in a lane. But what actually happened to me was not anything super dangerous. I'm not on the highway, can't really tell if I'm in a lane, and everybody's just kind of driving, not really knowing what's going on. But I got off work, go to the store, and I pull into the parking lot. Now, when I pull into the parking lot, it has not been touched, okay? Like, nobody has cleaned anything. It's still packed with snow. You cannot see the parking spots at all. So I'm like, trying to look where everybody else is parked. I'm like, dang, this is wild. I mean, I have no clue. So I just whip into a spot, okay? Whip into a spot. I'm like, okay, you know what? It's good enough. It's good enough. Go into the store. Now, I'm going to just change tracks real quick, and I'm just going to take you through my journey at the store, and then we'll get back to the parking lot. So, I go into the store. I had to grab a few items. So first, so when I don't go actually grocery shopping, this is kind of how my store runs go when I'm just like after work and need to grab something. So a lot of the time, so I like to try and stay pretty healthy. I work out every day, try and eat healthy. But gosh, I have a sugar tooth, man. I have a sweet tooth. Bad. It's bad. Oh, it's terrible. And when you're trying to be healthy, it does not help at all. It really doesn't. So when I go to the store, even when I'm doing my normal grocery shopping, it's in the back of my mind. It's like, dang, man, you could use some candy. You could. So what I've been doing lately, though, is like, okay, maybe I don't need candy. But maybe, so I'm a big gummy guy. I like to get gummies and stuff. So maybe maybe I can just switch it out with like some fruit snacks. We'll take a first little tiny baby step there, and I'll just get some fruit snacks, okay? Now, first off, fruit snacks are ridiculously priced, okay? They are out of control. So obviously, little old broke me, trying to go into the store, I'm just trying to find the cheapest pack of fruit snacks on the shelf, okay? Which actually, when I went last time and got these, they're not priced too bad. They were like $2.50 for a pack of 10. Now, that's the best pricing I've seen, because usually it's like cheapest one I can find is like $10, and it is awful, okay? Because at that point, I'd rather just shimmy on down the aisle and go get a 99-cent box of candy, okay? But we're trying to make the healthy choices, which really still aren't healthy choices, but healthier choices, okay? So we're trying to make the healthy choices. So I get these fruit snacks, and I don't know. Oh, I think I threw the box away, because I was going to say what I had been getting was the little fruit snacks that have like the smiley faces on them. I don't know, like smiley snacks, maybe that's what they're called. I have no idea. I just completely guessed there. But those were my childhood. I think people can compare to this. Those were my childhood. My Nana and Papa used to give us those all the time when we would go to their house. Those were my childhood. So I was like, dang, let me grab some of these, Let me grab some of these and just enjoy it, enjoy some nostalgia. Get back to the childhood. Now, those were the cheapest ones I could find when I went to Walmart, but when I went to Target, I found some new ones. They're even cheaper, but they're actually healthier. They have like no artificial sweeteners in them and no something else. I don't know. But for some reason, when I bite into those little things, they like hurt my teeth. Like my teeth really aren't super sensitive. Like they kind of are with certain stuff, but not really. But biting into these things, I mean, it feels like a freaking drill. It's just straight into my tooth. I'm like, oh my gosh. But then I'm also a freaking psychopath, and I have an addiction, so I also keep eating them. That's the problem. Um, so yeah, that was the first thing I had to get. Now, second thing is I freaking dropped my electric razor. So I have like an electric razor to trim my face up and everything. I dropped it and I broke it, okay? I broke the connection piece. So I still have the actual like electric razor. I just don't have the connection piece to go on top. So I'm like, okay, let me go to the store, you know. It shouldn't be too expensive. It really shouldn't. So I go to the store. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm already in the store. I'm doing my fruit snacks and everything. But I switch aisles, trying to find this stuff. And I'm like, okay. Please, 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 Lord, don't let this be too expensive. First, I can't even find like the replacement pieces to go on there. I just find the actual razor. And I'm like, okay. The actual razor was like $40, $45 or something. So I'm like, okay, you know, if the razor itself is $40 to $45, the little connection pieces should not be that expensive. So I keep looking, I find them. Now, I take a look at the price tag, okay? And like I said, the razor itself was $40, okay? The connection piece was almost 30, okay? Almost 30. I wanted to start crying in the aisle. I really did. Because, see, this is something where it's like, it's not like, oh, okay, I'm at the store, I'm like, oh, well, should I get this? You know, I don't really need it, but it could be fun. But this, this I kind of need, because I have to shave like every 2-3 days if I want to really look presentable, like consistently. So I kind of needed it. So I had to get it. No matter how bad it hurt me to my soul, I had to get it. So that's a big purchase because I usually keep my grocery shopping pretty good. Like pretty pinpoint, like pretty solid. I usually don't spend over $30 each time I go grocery shopping, and that usually lasts me a while. And so I usually keep that there. So to spend my entire grocery shopping bill on a freaking replacement piece for the stupid razor, it hurt. It hurt, but I made the purchases. Make my way back outside, and now we'll loop back around to the parking lot situation. So I loop back outside, and I notice a little bit of one of the yellow lines for the parking spots sticking out. And guess where it is? Directly in between my truck. So I am parked in between two spots, and then I have two people that try to park beside me, and now they're screwed, so now they're kind of in two spots as well. And it's lovely. It's just a fun time, okay? So if you ever come to Colorado during the winter, that's what it's going to be like. And if you're ever like, oh my gosh, I don't want to tick anybody off, just pull in. Just pull in. You're not going to get it right. You're not going to get directly in a parking spot. Just pull in, guess, and go in. Okay? Because that's just how it is. That's just how it is here in Colorado. And, you know, people deal with it. But yeah, that was the little story about our first little snow of the year and everything. And yeah, so that's the end of my notes. But you know what? I think this is going to be a fantastic last 10 minutes to wing this. So keeping it going with snow, I'm a big snowboarder. And I've been getting decently good. I've been getting pretty good the last few years. But now I moved up here with these guys, and Pasty does not ski or snowboard. Okay, we took him once, and he's not the best. We'll just say that. He's not the best, and so he doesn't really enjoy it, so he won't go. And I don't really know if any of the other guys in the house do. I don't know. But now I'm like, dang, am I even gonna get a pass this year? Like, I don't know. Because it's expensive. It really is. It's freaking expensive. I mean, my gosh. But I don't know. We'll see. Also, my knees are so bad through all the injuries and stuff I've had that, I can't really go as long as I used to snowboarding because, I mean, I'll be standing on the board for a while and my knees will just be like, okay, chap, we're out of here, right? And then it's just terrible. And then last year I started to go off like some of like the bigger jumps, like some of like the bigger like actual like competition jumps or whatever. And I started to go off some of those, and that's not good for the old knees, okay? Because I'm kind of just sending it off those bad boys, um, and just hoping and praying that I land. That's kind of where I was at with that. But yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. Anybody want to go skiing with me? Just let me know, please. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. And what else do we have? What else is going to just pop into my mind to talk about? So, as I've said a few times during this episode, about to head home for Thanksgiving. That should be fun. Um, and yeah, it should be a good time. I don't know what we're having for Thanksgiving dinner, but I'm actually excited. I'm also looking at getting another tattoo over Thanksgiving break. It may happen, it may not. I don't know. The timetables may not match up, and we may have to wait till Christmas break. But I've been looking at it. And I'm a very, very impulsive person. So I try not to just jump straight into tattoos, but it's what I do a lot of the time, and I kind of just have to because with my ADHD and just my impulsiveness and everything, like I will pull up like on my Instagram, I have so many tattoo ideas just saved, and I'm like, dang, man, I have like 30 different things I want to get done, right? But I also don't want to pay $30,000 to get all this stuff done. So, you just do one at a time, make it through. But, I mean, I will sit there staring at these pictures for like weeks. I'm like, dang, which one should I go with? Which one should I do? Whatever. And then I'm just like, boom, you know what? This one, we're doing it. Let's make it happen. So, that's kind of where I'm at. So, we'll see. We'll see if next episode I do have a new tad. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. I'd say 50-50 shot it happens. Maybe 40-60. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see if that gets done. But I've got a few tattoos already, as I'm sure you guys have seen. I've got this little sleeve right here, and I've got this on this side, and a few back pieces, and some stuff on my leg, and just a handful of things. So just gotta add to the collection. So yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think we just got a few minutes left. What should we talk about to wrap the episode up? I don't know. Was I talking about? Oh, I think I already talked about that. Yeah, I think I already talked about that. I'm trying not to repeat myself as much because when I get to the end of the episode, I tend to just say exactly what I said at the beginning. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know. Gosh. Having a week off is gonna be nice. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. Nice little break, but I'm still gonna be working on podcast stuff because I gotta get it done. Gotta keep it going. And then, like I said at the beginning, I know I just said I wasn't gonna repeat myself, but like I said at the beginning, we're gonna have some great episodes coming out when I get back from Thanksgiving if everything goes as planned. Which the plan hasn't even started yet. It's going to start as soon as I get off this podcast. It's going to start, but we'll see. I think we're going to have some great episodes, and it's going to be a good time. But yeah, I don't know what to talk about. I mean, I haven't really been doing a lot of stuff lately. Like, it's really just work, podcast, and a little bit of school. A little bit. A little bit. That's where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at. And I'm loving it, but I got to do more things to get more stories for you guys because there's a lot of stories I have, but I have to save them for when I bring guests in the podcast and stuff. Because like we had one deal happen just like 2 nights ago that I would love to talk about. Gosh, but I think I'm gonna save it for a guest that I'm gonna try to bring on after Thanksgiving break. He may be the first one. I don't know. I'm gonna message him as soon as we get off here, and we're gonna see if we can get it on. But yeah. I don't know where we're at. My timer went off, but we should be getting close. I'm really running out of things. My notes are gonna get better. It's just like I said. I only had this morning to get ready for this one because I've just been busy, trying to make that money. So yeah, that's just where I'm at right now. Just did my laundry, and now I have to go pack my bags and get ready to leave because gotta get home. Gotta get home to watch some football with my dad. Honestly, that's all it is. Gotta get back to watch some football. And yeah, Pasty, he already left. He's at work right now. He didn't even say bye to me, so you know, I don't really know how I feel about that. Like, you know what? You don't want to say bye to me? Fine. That's on you. That's on you. You don't want to get a wonderful goodbye from me? Fine. Whatever. 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 It's fine with me. Gosh. And then actually, I think I timed this perfectly because I think I was saying last episode that I wasn't gonna be on this little set for a little bit, but I think I timed it perfectly to where I'll have this episode, and then I'll be home, and then next episode will be on here too. Which next episode, if we have guests, I think I have the perfect setup. It should be really good. Like I'm really excited to actually do that. Next episode we'll hopefully have a guest, so we'll see. But yeah, I think we've made it. I think that's gonna wrap up the episode. That's episode 6 for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. Once again, I say this every episode, but I really just want to make sure you guys, everybody that watches and listens and supports. Thank you guys so much. It really does mean the world to me. And to, did I mention it? Gosh, I don't remember if I said this at the beginning, so I'll say it again. Few people that have reached out to me, just saying how much they love it, how inspiring it is and stuff. Just thank you guys so much. Like it actually really does mean so much to me, and really just keeps me going, just keeps me powered up, keeps me energized, keeps me going, and just reminds me why I'm doing it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for that. Hope you enjoyed this episode. And yeah, that's gonna do it. I will see you guys next week for episode 7. Dang, 7 episodes deep, and 7's my lucky number, so you already know it's going to be a banging episode. But yeah, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you guys again. We'll see you guys next week for episode 7, and yeah, peace.